This is my audience. Picture this. A child is sitting in a stroller. His older brother standing nearby, and his mother not too far behind him. When all of a sudden, they're face to face with the hood of a car, frozen in fear. The smell of hot rubber fills the air as others stand by and gasping in shock and devastation. See, these poor pedestrians lost their lives because he couldn't put down the phone for even a split second. Hi, my name is Jonathan Ramos, and today I'll be addressing the consequences of distracted driving and how we can avoid getting to any unwanted and dangerous situations while on the road. You see, it turns out that 88% of drivers use their smartphones while behind the wheel. As a result of this, 1 out of every 4 car accidents in the US are caused by texting and driving. It's frightening that such a major portion of our society is so caught up behind their phone screens. Just to give you more of an idea of how dangerous texting and driving really is, especially for us young adults, 21% of teen drivers are involved in fatal accidents because they were distracted by their cell phones. In total, distracted driving leads to 1.86 million car crashes each year. Distracted driving is a huge topic, especially for us college students who commute to school and work day in and day out. It's important to stay safe throughout our daily lives, especially since we have so much of our lives ahead of us. It'd be a shame to throw it all away for a piece of metal that fits in our pocket. Driving while distracted is not only a danger to yourself, but to other drivers and pedestrians as well. Parents, siblings, children, you never know who you're putting in harm's way when you pick up the phone behind the wheel. I know what you might be thinking. Texting and driving isn't the only cause of car accidents. While this is true, there are many other factors that contribute to auto accidents, such as driving while intoxicated or ill health. Distracted driving is a factor we can strive to eliminate overall. The main reason people utilize their phones while driving is because 77% of adults and 55% of teens believe they can manage multitasking. However, multitasking still requires a lot of attention, and solely focusing on one task while performing another just isn't possible. You have to partially give attention to both tasks, even without meaning to do so. See, me and my friends are all victims of this. We all believe that we can check our phones every once in a while behind the wheel. My mother especially, whenever she used to give me rides, she would always be texting her on the phone, and I would always force her to stop. It's just a habit at this point. And other believes that GPS use is allowed because it's nearly as distracting as other phone applications. GPS use still impairs your ability to pay attention in traffic. You should set up your navigation system before departing or have a passenger take care of directions. Another popular misconception is that Bluetooth is still acceptable to use while driving. However, many statistics prove that Bluetooth devices are just as deadly. Again, referring back to personal stories, I've actually had friends who were on their Bluetooth device while driving and have gotten into some serious car accidents. They're still in therapy to this day. You see, I think it's up to us to take responsibility for our actions. How come 94% of drivers already support on banning texting and driving? And how come most of US states have already passed laws to decrease cell phone use while in a vehicle, but we still find ourselves on our phones behind the wheel? You see, the fines for this are pretty severe as well. You can receive a license suspension or have to deliver a hefty sum of money. Cell phone use should be completely out of sight in a vehicle unless required for navigation. Any and all cell phone operation should be handled by a passenger. And if driving alone, I'm sure the last text or email can wait a few extra minutes. Altogether, we should be more comfortable with unplugging every once in a while, so we can avoid being on our phones behind the wheel out of habit. You see, you always have to remember to keep safe while on the road. Buckle up and especially ditch the distractions. Put away the phone, put it on silent, turn it off, or give it to a passenger to handle. But most importantly, you have to obey the rules of the road as well. Stay safe, and thank you.